You're listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.
Top of the morning, DB. What's good with it?
Man, top of the morning, man. You know, late nights, early mornings, man. What's going on with you?
Chilling, late nights, early mornings. Grind time again. Monday, start of a new week. How was your weekend, look, cuz?
It was cool. It was a full weekend. It wasn't bad at all.
Full weekend? What you mean by that?
Weekend. Busy as I can be.
Oh, that's what's up. That must mean business is good.
Yeah, business is great.
Business is great. Hey, that's what I like to hear. That's what it should be. Happy weekend for me if business is great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, wish I could say the same, but I had a good weekend though. Relaxed, was chill. I ain't have too many problems. 'Cause I don't be looking for them. That's the only time you really have them to me is when you go looking for them.
Right. No, I feel that. What do you say? I'm just trying to be like you, Uncle Frank.
Uncle Frank, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get it. Mm-hmm. Well, it's a way. If Uncle Frank is Uncle Frank, then there's a way to be Uncle Frank, right?
Right.
Well, it's grind time Monday morning. We had a good weekend in basketball, period. I won't just say the NBA. The NCAA Females Championship game happened yesterday. And that's actually what I want to kick the show off with, was the win over, I think the expected favorites was Iowa. Well, no, I just think most of the country wanted Iowa to win. But obviously the favorites should have been the undefeated team, South Carolina, as they do take the victory 87-75 over Iowa. Did you see that game, DB? What you thought about it?
It was a good game, man. And I think that they should have won. South Carolina should have won. You know, they just all around, period, just a better team with a flawless victory.
All around better team. They had the best players.
Best players. Best record.
Caitlin Clark is the number one rated player in the country, though.
Yeah, that's statistics. But you know, the facts of it is, you know, is she the best player?
Yeah, I think she's the best individual player. I even think in that game she showed that she was the most important player on the floor, because after she had 18 points, I think 18 points in the first quarter, and right after that, the total focus became shutting her down, and they did a pretty good job keeping her at single digits in every quarter from there on out.
Yeah. Nah, she was the best player on her team, and that was the problem. She didn't have enough help. She didn't have what she needed on the team to keep that pressure off of her. And one player can't beat the team by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she was playing good. You know, shooting the ball, driving. You know, step back. She was doing her thing. You know what I mean? But the when she rose to the occasion, the rest of the team didn't rise with her, and they just knew where to correct it, and they corrected it, and they capitalized on it. And the other team, they just knew what they had to do. Like I said, it's easy to fix one problem versus 5 problems. And there was only one problem on the court. So, you know, like I said, shout out to her. She did her thing, man, but she just didn't have the help that she needed.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, she had some help from Martin. I know Martin scored pretty good for her last night, and the center that she had, she seemed like she was on the move. She just had too much work on her hands with the center from South Carolina. I mean, she was clearly the biggest player on the court. She looked like a 7-footer out there, man. You know what I'm talking about? Cardozo, the girl that won the MVP.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know exactly. But yeah,
17 rebounds.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, South Carolina is an overall better team. Period. With a flawless team, with a flawless victory. You know what I'm saying? 30. They was 38-0 before they touched them. Before they got to this one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So obviously, it was expected that they should have been well prepared about their A game. You know, because even then they still relied on Caitlin Clark to pull them to a victory, and she tried to put them on her back, but you just can't do it by yourself at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the game, and
she came out popping in that first quarter, though, man.
Yeah,
she was doing her thing.
She did, but they made it their duties to keep giving her the ball, and she made her duties to keep trying to get it. And then we know where the ball going to. You're predictable. You know what I mean? You're predictable at this point. So let's go ahead and just shut this down because you're not finna beat us.
Yeah, with just that one player. That's what I feel like Dawn Staley went into that game like, hey, y'all better not let this one player beat us. And them girls, and even though she got off balling in that first quarter, because it didn't seem like they could hold her at first, man. I mean, even on the big center, she was driving in there, hitting a couple layups. But in that second quarter, I don't know who they had on her defensively the whole game. I think it was a little rotation on her, man, but they was locking her down.
Yeah, they was, man. They was aggressive, man. They was physical. You know, and they just knew what it took, man. And you can't keep, like you said, they can switch up on her all day. You know that.
Yeah, they had a lot of players for her.
Yeah, a lot of players for it. Her NG gonna leave before hers do.
I agree. That's what it seemed like happened. It seemed like everybody got out there as soon as she got the ball. She had somebody harassing her. You know what I mean? And she kept having to pass off. You know. And you're right. It was just a constant rotation on her. They were picking up quite a few fouls, but hey, they had 3-4 other girls just waiting to guard her, man, keep her off the ball.
Yeah. And you know, they obviously, you know, they studied them. They studied the team, Iowa. They studied her, so they knew that Iowa was really no threat. You know, especially they coming in, they 34-5.
Right.
They already been beat before. You know what I mean?
Several times.
Several times, and then we know who the talk is. So let's just shut the talk down.
Yeah.
You know.
That's all it was, man. But don't get me wrong, I give our teammates props. They was playing hard. They was running hard. They got off to a 10-0 start. It wasn't no easy game for South Carolina. They had to crawl out of a 10-0 hole, not even scoring the ball at first for 10 points. You can easily see a team get demoralized. Their coach didn't call a timeout until the big girl scored the basket, and after that, it was just kind of easy flowing for that team.
Yeah, and it got easier as time went on. They beat them by 12 points. And it ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
I totally agree. It's how you finish.
So,
yeah,
you know, like I said, it was only for a certain limited time that they did what they did. Like you said, but once they caught on to it and they corrected it, make the few adjustments they need to make, it was
over.
Ball game.
Right. Yeah, well, South Carolina do take that to win the national championship. I think that's Dawn Staley's third one as a coach. Is South Carolina's third national championship. So now they in uncharted territories amongst colleges winning national championships. Go ahead.
And if you ask me, they deserve it, man. They deserve it. Obviously, they
was the best team all year.
Best team all year. They practiced hard, man. They worked at it. You know,
sure.
A flawless record. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Flawless.
Yeah.
What is that, 38-0, 39-0 with the championship?
39-0. So let's drop the bomb for them, man. Let's just drop the bomb for them.
Bombs, baby. Bombs away from South Carolina all day. Yeah, man, they get that, man. 87-75 over Iowa. Unexpected victory, man. Caitlin Clark, though, great college career, man. She probably going to be pretty good in the WNBA. What you think?
It's a lot of good players in the WNBA. I can say she's not gonna be good. Will she just blend in? That's the question. Will she just blend in?
Right.
You know?
Probably just be a serviceable player. Probably won't be the focal point like she was in college. They all look like that in college.
Yeah.
They're so much better than their teammates. But I think that Cardoza girl, she definitely gonna be a beast in the WNBA.
Yeah.
But moving on to the NBA, man. The first game I want to start with is your boy, KD and the Phoenix Suns, man. They played Zion, pretty much the exact same record, man, but they lose to the Pelicans yesterday, 113-105, and they had a pretty good lead early in that game. And let me tell you what I saw, because I was watching that game. I saw what we've been talking about. I saw a lot of one-on-one ball early in the game. It's like that's the only offense they got. Bradley Beal or KD or Devin Booker get the ball and they try to take somebody one-on-one. That ball just don't seem to be moving through the team entirely.
Yep. And you see how I'm surprised Bradley Beal had the game he had last night. You know what I mean? He was on fire, 7 from 8 from the 3-point line. He had 33 points.
They don't put them together though.
They don't put them together. That's what I was gonna say. It's like they take turns, like I say, like you said, you know what I'm saying? Let's 1v1 them. You know what I'm saying? Cook and let's see if we can take the game like this. That's just not gonna get it.
Not even against a team like the Pelicans nowadays, man. The Pelicans, man. I've been telling you, Zion them looking good down there. You see Zion pack KD stuff yesterday.
Yeah, and not only that, you know, Zion had what he should have had. He had 29, and he had 7
and 10.
And 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
He need to get the rebounds, man. That's what I've been saying. If you can't help out with them rebounds, man, you're going to lose the game, man. You're going to lose the game. You too big, man, not to be down there under the boards grabbing rebounds.
Yeah. CJ McCollum led them in scoring yesterday with 31 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He had a pretty good game, too. Played 42 minutes. But, yeah, Zion, CJ, without Brandon Ingram, man, if they had Brandon Ingram, man, they'd really be a scary team. But Murphy off the bench, he is starting forward. He scored pretty good, too, yesterday with 13, 2, and 4. He's been a pretty good player for them, too, with Brandon Ingram going down.
Excuse me, yeah, man, I agree, man. Like you say, with Brandon Ingram out, another KD type of player, it's crazy, man. Cause Ingram be balling, man. He do be balling, and he's just another piece that they got.
Yeah,
and you can kind of tell the difference in the team without him.
How they beat the Suns, man, with KD scoring 23, 33 from Beal, 25 from Booker. How did they beat the Suns, man?
Well, easy. You had
no defense.
No, it really wasn't. And then not only that, the rebounds matter. They out rebound them also.
Yeah, them rebounds.
You know what I mean? You got like I said, you got Zion giving you 29 and 10. He almost giving you a triple double with 7 assists. Then I said you got McCollum. He got 21 points. Then followed up with Murphy. He got 13 points. Then you want to drop down lower than that. You got Nash Jr. He got 9.
9 and 8. He almost a triple double for real. Larry Nash Jr.
Yeah. Alvarado, he got 15. Then you got Daniels, he got 10 points. So it had more than they had more players, obviously, that was putting up points than the other team. They outplayed them.
Yeah.
They just outplayed them, outscored them. They pulled down more rebounds, the stops. And and for us the turnovers. It was one of them things. Also,
I love to see this matchup in the playoffs, man. They both got the exact same record now, 46 and 32. And man, even without Brandon Ingram, man, I would love to see this matchup in the playoffs, man. I think the Pelicans will get the Suns some work for real. I do.
Yeah, I think they would too. Like I said, I don't think that the Suns is not consistent enough, man. I don't think they do enough.
Yeah.
Order to pull in you know what I mean, the W's consistently back to back. I don't think they have it in, man. Because 1 minute, they get going and they play a few good games, and then it's just like, all right, well, you happy for them, you know what I mean? You can't get the host up for them, but then they drop the ball. KD don't show, or somebody don't show. You know what I mean? Man.
Or just on the defensive end, they relax too much. Because this seemed like more to me than anything. It seemed like defensively, they just laid an egg last night or yesterday afternoon anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
But the Suns lose that 105 to 113 to the Pelicans. They got the exact same.
They do, and they didn't shoot as better. Pelicans shot better for threes from the 3-point line, better than that.
Yeah, they did. 17 to 19. No, that was 16 to 39. They both shot 39. Pelicans only made 2 more. No, it's just defensively. They slept on the defensive end, bro. 92%, 42 rebounds. They only lost the rebounds by four rebounds. It was a pretty close game for the most part.
Yeah, but it all add up though.
What's that?
I said, yeah, but it all add up.
Yeah, it all add up in the end to a Pelicans victory. But it was a pretty close game. That's why I said I'd like to see this in the playoffs. Just because I think they match up good. But yeah, the Suns lose that game. Okay, we also had another upset to me yesterday. That was your boy, Dame Lillard, and the Milwaukee Bucks, man. They fell yesterday to, my God, man, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. That dude, hey, man, who a better player right now than DB, Jalen Brunson or Damian Lillard?
Jalen Brunson.
I agree. I think I'm taking Jalen Brunson over Damian Lillard right now. He's scoring 40 points regularly. He cooked Damian Lillard yesterday.
Dame looked like his clock broke, man.
Yeah, it looked like it's over for Dame. It looked like he didn't hit a cliff or something.
Yeah, Dame don't look the same, man. Dame, like I say, his clock broke. That Dame time ain't been timing, but it need to change his battery out. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? I'll take Bronson any day, man.
Yeah, man. Bronson cooked that boy yesterday, man. The Knicks took that victory 122 to 109 over the Bucks. See Brunson's stats.
They keep losing. They lost the night before.
They lost a couple days ago.
Yeah.
They did. OG Anunoby, 4 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Brunson had 43, 8, and 6 last night in 39 minutes. DaVincio had 26, 3, and 4. You know, he a former Buck, man. He was killing them with three-pointer after three-pointer. They just kept leaving DaVincio wide open, and they kept leaving Harkenstein wide open. He also had a double-double, 18 and 10, man. They balled on the Bucks yesterday.
And that's what I was going to say. The defense was terrible. The defense was horrible. They played lazy, man. They left gaps. The spacing was so crazy that they was leaving between the players, and they were just throwing up hands.
And they had 3 20-point scores.
Yeah, they don't want it, man. They don't want it.
I agree.
They don't. You know what I mean? Then they turn out they lost. They lost the night before to the Raptors.
Yeah, man. They did just lose to the Raptors.
Like every team come out with more spunk, more defense, more motivation to get the game over with than them. It's like they execute. They don't like they fourth lost in a row or something.
Yeah, man, and Doc Rivers, man, looking at him on the sideline, he losing so much with them. I know he see what everybody's saying, and now he under 500 with him because he was just 500. He was just, I think, like 15 and 15 or 17 and 17. Now he lost 2 more in a row. He under 500 winning with them, and he took over the team. It was 30 and 13. Looking at him on the sideline, man, he looked dejected. He looked lost. He looked like he don't even know what to say or do with them when they losing. He not making substitutions. He leaving Giannis and Damian. They playing 39 minutes each respectively and still losing these games, man. I don't understand what's going on.
Well, and that's the thing right there. You leaving your stars in. Man, when they not producing how they should be producing, you know, making the right plays they should be making. Cause I know the coach got something to do with it, but you can't put it all on the coach.
Man, he got a lot to do with it.
He have something to do with it, but being a player in the game, man, a professional ball player, man, you should have the IQ and also by you playing with the same team that you've been playing with, everybody except Dame, guys, that chemistry should already be there, no matter what.
And they won a championship, all them guys.
And that's what I'm saying. Together, y'all should still have that same chemistry and that same cohesive.
Yeah.
With Dame, even though Dame just got there, y'all still should be able to figure that out, man. Regardless of the matter. And another thing, whatever scheme, offensive scheme and defensive scheme they had going on with the last coach, if that was doing better, then you should have resorted back to that.
Say go back to it.
Go back to it.
It clearly was, because they was 30-13 with that coach. And now they done lost all these games with Doc Rivers, and he was supposed to show up the defensive end. Look at what happened last night.
Yeah. So I'm just confused. Hey, listen, we need to go back to what we've been doing, man, because this ain't getting it for us. You know what I mean? And then see what happens is when you start to lose games like this, man, you get discouraged and break your spirits. It's all in your mind.
That's what I was going to ask you next, boy. I was going to say, you think it's in their head? You think Giannis and Dame starting not to speak in that locker room now? I think so.
Oh yeah.
Game over, nigga just ain't saying nothing no more. Because after a minute, you done said so much to him, you tired of saying something to him that you think gonna fix it the next game, and then you keep losing. It's like, man, forget it. We losing. Yeah, maybe it just don't work.
Yeah, maybe it just don't work. And then you got your brother in the room. You know what I mean? He taking up
roster space. You know that's gonna come up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can't he can't give you nothing. He a clown when he on the floor.
Yeah, we just said that I bet you they don't say nothing about his brother in the locker room. I bet you they talking about him right now.
Oh yeah, because he's there for nothing, man.
Yeah, and they losing.
Yeah. So, hey, they got to figure out something and do something different. Because if they don't, man, they gonna be looking like the Pistons.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the Knicks take that 122-109 over the Bucks, man. Jalen Brunson sensational in that game, man. I know the Mavericks feel bad about letting that little dude go in free agency, man, because, bro, that was a slip-up, man. I don't know why they thought that he wasn't going to turn out to be nothing, man. He one of the best players in the NBA. Definitely one of the best point guards. We also had another, I guess you could call, upset yesterday. It was an upset from DB perspective because it's his Los Angeles Lakers, man. They fell to the T-Wolves. Go ahead.
Well, I want to rewind it before that.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to take it back to the 6th when we beat the Cavaliers. When we beat the Cavaliers 116-97.
The Lakers? Okay. The Lakers-Cavs game from Friday night?
That's right.
Okay, yeah. The Lakers did take the game over the Cavaliers.
And you know what gets me is about that, fast forward, well, not the fast forward, but D-Lo dropped 28 points. Mm-hmm. He shot 50% from 3-point line, 6 for 12.
And LeBron played in that game.
LeBron played the game. He gave you 24 and 12. AD gave you 22.
Which was Saturday.
18. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? They balled out that night. And then turn around to fast forward
against the Eastern Conference Cavaliers team, the league that we call the conference that we call the JV conference of the NBA. So, but we still gonna get a Lakers props for doing it. But I did say on the last podcast, man, they just beating up on the chumps. See, they beat up on the chumps, but then when they make it to a game like the Wolves, all of a sudden LeBron need to sit out, and then AGI hurting early in the game. I don't get it.
Well, that's my thing right there. I don't understand why LeBron sat out, even though he played 4 games before that, prior to that. So that's and he ran pretty hard and put up.
It's like LeBron want to pick and choose when he a 40-year-old. He'll run it when they winning, when they busting up Toronto and Brooklyn and Cleveland. Oh man, phenomenal. The Lakers. LeBron could play 5 more years, but then when the Wolves show up. Hey, man, he 40, man. What you expect? He got to take a game off here and there.
Well, if you ask me, in my thoughts, he should have played. It was expected for him to play. I thought he was gonna play. When I seen that he didn't play, it kind of I ain't like it. But hey, you got to deal with it. Ain't nothing we can do about it. But nah, he do it against anybody. It just came to that point where he played 4 games, and he had to sit down for a minute.
But why not sit out the Cavs game and suspect that Anthony Davis and the boys could pull off the Cavs game and gear up for the T-Wolves game, because you pretty much know that Anthony Davis and the gang are going to need LeBron James to match up against that guy who I told you when the Lakers take court with him, he's the best player on the court.
He really didn't need to. The problem was AD went out with an eye injury. Then when dude smacked him back in the same eye, that he had hurt last time. Not only when AD got injured, when he got injured off putting on a putback dunk back in the hoop off of a rebound when he got smacked in the eye.
I saw that.
And he fell. So, he was doing big things in the game, and everybody knows.
How come he can't get on the sideline, rinse his eyes out, man, shake it off, and get back in the game? Put some goggles on and get back in the game.
Everybody know AD was the game changer. That's what I want to know also. So, you asking me that, man, we need to go talk to the GMs together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And ask for AD to be in the room.
Say, what are Kareem goggles? Put the Kareem goggles on, man. Get back out there.
Hey,
Bron already out. Man, these guys too soft in the NBA, man.
I don't
Anthony
think
Edwards
too soft, man. I don't think they too soft, man. I just think that the fact that the time would be messed up and stuff happen, because ain't nobody worried about the Timberwolves. They barely won. Listen. Look at these numbers, man. They barely beat. They won by 10.
Yeah.
They won by 10 with no LeBron.
Hey, man, it ain't their fault. Yeah, because, by the time LeBron and AD was both out the game, you know how a team just kind of played down to the level of their competition. At that point, they playing the Washington Wizards, man.
Look, they was losing before AD left the game. They was losing.
Yeah, they was. They was.
This is my thing. Even when it's time for AD, even when these type of things happen, man, I don't think LeBron should have never set out. I think LeBron should have came in on the second half. Honestly, you don't get to sit out these games. You come in on the second end of the game, if need be. But we not gonna just say.
I agree.
Take you out the game. You're not gonna play at all this game. I didn't even see him. I didn't even see him there.
I didn't see him there either. He wasn't there. I was looking hard on the sideline. He wasn't sitting there. There wasn't. I thought that person that had on the sweater, the sweatsuit was LeBron, but it wasn't. But Nas Reed balled yesterday, 31 points and 11. My quote unquote X factor, if he can have consistency for the Timberwolves going into the playoffs. Anthony Edwards, as usual, 26, 8 and 1, 15, 4 and 2 for Alexander off of the bench. Man, I'm telling you, dude, the Timberwolves will smoke the Lakers in the playoffs. They would, even with LeBron, especially with LeBron. They would. If that happens, I'm on that. Well, I got you. We gonna bet on that one. Yeah.
You out your mind, man.
Oh, I got the Wolves, man. Man, not only do I got the Wolves, I just gave you the scenario of the Lakers week leading up to this game. LeBron could have easily took off one of them lighter games. Man, they don't need They don't need no LeBron James to beat no Nets, man. And then he gonna skip the Timberwolves game. Man, Brian, my guy too. But it's some peculiar behavior going on, DB.
Well, he $1 billion man. We don't know what he had to do.
Man, you got excuses for this, man.
He's it's the truth. Is he not?
What he doing? Helping Bronny him and Bronny meeting with the Lakers?
We don't know what they doing. But obviously, whatever he had to do, it was more important. It could have been a family emergency. We don't know. We don't even know if this. That's what I'm saying. We don't know what happened for the reason for this man had to sit out. He had to keep. He $1 billion man.
That's unfortunate. That's the problem.
That's right. Look, he $1 billion man. He's a regular. Listen, he's a human. Things happen. Emergencies come up. I gotta go. I got a young daughter. I got 2 sons playing ball. You know what I'm saying? I got a wife. I got a mama. You know what I'm saying? You see how that go?
I feel you.
Anything can happen to him. He's a man, and he had to support the family by
Yeah,
all
man.
means necessary.
But your Lakers are in 8th place, man. Do you want them to slip to 9?
They ain't slipping.
You don't know what they just lost a game. You don't know what they gonna do.
Look,
they still they not locked into the 8th spot yet.
We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? You know, we supposed to took this one to make our way on up the stairway. You know what I mean? To the next spot.
So but LeBron wested up on the Wolves. Let me see who the Lakers got next to play. I'm pretty sure it's a chunk. No, it's the Warriors. That's the battle for the bottom of the bracket. So that's a good game. They got the Warriors next on the lineup. That's tonight at 9 o'clock. LeBron and the Warriors. But the Lakers do lose that game 117 to 127 to the Wolves yesterday. Let that one go. Pull up the clips. Man, the Clippers had a good game yesterday, even though they was losing the game by 20 points. I don't know how. My Cavs, which is a good team, end up blowing a 20-point lead to Paul George and the Clippers, but they did, man. The Clippers win that game 120 to 118. Did you see that, DB?
Yeah. I did. I did. Paul George was real clutch.
Yeah, he was.
Real clutch. And his handles was crazy at the game. The fadeaway, being between the legs, step over, step back.
Yeah, but why do you think he had to be so clutch against the Cleveland Cavaliers yesterday, man? I mean, he a Western Conference team. Kawhi missing, but he still got James Harden and Russell Westbrook, bro. Well, why you have to come up so clutch against that team? They down by 20 points. What happened?
You said they up by 20 points?
Yeah, they was down by 20 points. The Clippers was down by 20 points at some point in that game.
I mean, we all know it. We already know, man, that the Clippers is not consistent either, man.
They not.
They I mean, you know, they cool. They got a good record. Somehow they managed to pull their wins off. I just don't. I be confused, man, because it seemed like they are hit and miss, but they hit and misses are looking better than Phoenix Suns and
definitely
and a couple other teams. So I'm confused about them. I've been waiting for them to hit their slippery slope, but. Well,
yeah, they had James Harden sitting out in the fourth quarter during that whole run. Russell Westbrook was in.
Of course they did. Good idea.
Yeah, that's how they came back.
Yeah,
with a broken hand, with a cast on his hand.
See, you know, but we know James Harden is not to be depended on. You know, he's not reliable. We can't trust him. That's all thing they're saying, and we know this and we see this. So we gonna use you, but another time we gonna use you. Then you got to come out.
Right.
You know, it's like they settling for James Harden, but we want Westbrook. You know, and sometimes Westbrook is available, and obviously he's available now. Injured or no injury, injured or not.
Right.
He's on the floor with a cast on his hand, so that means we really need you. That's what they're saying. We really need you.
Yeah.
And we don't trust this guy right here. So
it's crazy.
Get him out the game, you know. But Paul, he knew what he had to do to pull it off. He knew.
I think Harden was on the bench because they actually gave up in that game. The Clippers just started coming back, and the coach just left. Ty Lue just left him in. Like, let's just see. Y'all did it. Go on, win the game, and they did, man. They won it. Amir Coffey with a big three at the end of the game. Man, they had a few big threes, man. Paul George assisted on because he drew a lot of attention at the end of that game, man. So. That was a pretty good game to me yesterday, the Cavs and the Clippers.
I mean, he went off. He had 39 and 11. And 7, he almost got your triple-double, you know what I mean?
Almost triple-double without Kawhi Leonard.
Without Kawhi. So, you know, he made up. And then not only that, you know, James Harden, he had 22. So, I mean, he shot 50% from the three-point line, so he did enough.
He just wasn't in the game during the crunch time. He was on the bench. It was Russell Westbrook out there the whole time.
Then you had Powell. He gave you 4 for 9. So I mean, they got on a run. You know, when they need to get on the run. You know, they made it work. It was just a good game. And not only that, the other team, you know, they at that last minute they had the wrong players to get Paul George.
Yeah, man, definitely. I saw that. They had the big men, Mobley and Allen out there, guarding Paul George. Like, I guess the main thing was to keep him from shooting over the top of somebody, but he got a pass off.
Yeah, and he like I said, he created his space. He cooked. He created the space, and he made the shot.
Made the shot.
You know, and that's what happened. You know, you put somebody up against the right person. You know, they're gonna be like, hey, man, I'm finna cook him. He probably told me, I'm finna cook you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He can't go at me.
Nope. I saw a lot of that. That was happening. That happened in that national championship game with them females yesterday, man. Them South Carolina girls got off. But yeah, the Clippers do pull that game off. They come back from a 20-point deficit against the Cavs, winning 120-118. Clippers and Cavs. All right. We also had the Heat and the Pacers yesterday. Miami Heat lose again, man. They've been losing a lot. A lot of close games, though, man. To be honest with you, like I said, Miami is at a scoring deficit to most teams in the league, even the Eastern Conference, the JV conference of the league. But they scoring pretty close, and they losing their games by a tight margin, man. I kind of feel like they in playoff mode right now, because those are the type of games that they end up winning when they in the playoffs.
Yeah, they do. Like you say, this year just a new year. It's a different type of year, man. Mm-hmm. And every year that stuff ain't gonna work the same, man. You got guys getting better.
I think so too. I think that's a part of it too, DB. I think these other teams, man, some of these young boys and got much better, man. Like OKC could be a real surprise in the playoffs. Indiana could be a real surprise in the playoffs. Maybe they the new Miami or something. Maybe they go far. It's young teams like that with young talent that's kind of untested in the playoffs that I think could go far and really cause some upsets. Even the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, and that's just what it boiled down to, man. Is that like you say, man? Well, like we say, the teams instead of evolving, man. You got these young boys, fresh legs, big energy,
and hungry for a spot.
Hungry for a spot, and guess what? Ready to say that we beat you.
That's right. Especially the best teams, the good teams.
Especially the best team, the good teams. That's what they feed off of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
As they should.
Yeah. Then you know, you got the Pacers, man. They whole team. Only 2 players on a team that was able to play didn't score or didn't play. Or didn't
right.
One of them didn't play and one of them didn't score, but he still contributed to what they had going on. Other than that, everybody on their team, on their roster, scored.
Right. Almost in double digits, everybody did. Only one person didn't score double digits.
That's right. So when
everybody got some. Pause.
So when yeah. So when you got weapons like that, you got guys you can just take in, take out.
Mm-hmm.
You got all that depth. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah. And that's what they got.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
crazy, man. Pacers tight, man. They got a good squad. Miles Turner, pretty good score, 22 points. Halliburton had a decent game yesterday, 12 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. That's all he need to do when everybody else come to work like that. It's Pascal Siakam, 18 points, Naismith, 16. Yeah, man. Pacers in playoff mode. Look like Jimmy and them in playoff mode to me too, though. Like I said, they margins pretty tight as far as most of these games that I see them playing in. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, Tyler Hero, Martin. Yeah, you know, they had like 5, 1, 2, 3, 5 players in double digits. And, you know, 4 of them over 20 or 20 or better. I mean, they
just got to play some better defense.
That's it.
Defense need to tighten up. Yeah, because they did okay in that game, in my opinion, in scoring.
But they can't keep losing.
Yeah, I agree. They can't keep alternating losses like this. It's going to hurt their playoff position. I think they need some home court at some point. We also had the Utah Jazz and the Golden State Warriors face off yesterday. Warriors take that game 118-110 over the Jazz. Jazz ain't really playing for nothing, so I don't think they really tried to play that hard. But the Warriors look good with Klay Thompson scoring 32 points yesterday.
But then they just lost to the Mavericks, though, too.
Who, the Warriors? Yeah, they did. They lost to the Mavericks on what was it, Friday or Saturday night?
Yeah,
It was one of
Friday
them,
night.
Friday or Saturday night. Yeah, I'm just pretty much recapping the games from yesterday. But the Warriors did lose to the Mavs behind Kyrie Irving, I think, having like 48 points.
Yeah.
And that was was that the Mavericks with Luka Doncic or without him? Did Luka play in that game? I think he didn't.
So I don't think he did either.
I think that was the Luka-less Mavericks, as a matter of fact, that beat the Warriors. Let me take a look. Yep, Mavericks, Warriors. Yeah, no minutes for Doncic. So that's Kyrie Irving. No, he didn't have 40 points in that game. I think he had it in the game yesterday. He had 26 points in that game. PJ Washington had a big game in that game. He had 32 points. Yeah. That was his highest scoring game as a Maverick so far. I remember seeing the highlights from that. And then Gafford had almost a pretty good game anyway, 10, 5, and 15. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was a pretty good game on Friday night. But yesterday the Warriors got back on track. They actually won the game against the Jazz, 118-110, to keep them in a pretty good position in the playoffs.
Oh, that's back on track, huh?
In the play-in. Well, yeah, it's back on track. Yeah, you win one, lose one. They doing the same thing that the team that they're gonna be battling for the bottom of the bracket is doing tonight. The Lakers. They alternating wins and losses basically.
They ain't doing what the Lakers doing. The Lakers
got you're right. The Lakers is on the streak almost. But they losing their losses over the last few games, over the last few weeks, or to the good teams, the Pacers and go ahead.
But we've been beating the good teams too. We lost.
What good teams?
We lost what out of 10, 12, out of 12 games, 13. We didn't lost 2 games.
Yeah, but the wins be the Raptors, it be the Nets, it be the Grizzlies, they got the Bucks that day. But then come on, man, look at the Bucks. The Bucks losing to everybody. So I'm gonna say that's a bad team too.
Man, we third since the All-Star break. We in third place for the most wins, the most wins straight through in the season. Like, we like back to back, so obviously we beat
the Lakers.
Everybody. The Lakers is
okay. All right. I know the Nuggets number 1, but anyway.
We was like 18-8 the other day. You know what I mean? So
what in the last 20 games or something?
Yeah, it was
like last 30-something games, 20-something games.
Yeah, like last what? Do the math.
That's 26 games. 26.
Yeah, so yeah, so we looking good. We looking good. We gonna be all right. But
y'all looking okay. Just okay is all I say. But
Clay gave you 32 points. That's something.
Yeah, Klay Thompson and showed back up. That's what I was saying, man. I told you that the other day when he scored 26 points or 27 points in the win they had. I said, you think the Splash Brothers about to make one last run at it?
No.
One last crack at it, man. Looked like Klay ready to show up for work. He had a lot of confidence in shooting yesterday, and I saw him the other night in the game miss a game winner. And the thing was Draymond passed him the ball, and when he saw it was Klay, he celebrated when the ball went up, but you could tell he knew it wasn't going to go in. When it clanked off, he just put his hands on the top of his head. Man, I felt bad for Klay. But look at him. He come right back, scored 32 points, man. Again, looking like a Splash Brother again instead of just a brother. Man, what you think about Klay, man? You think they can make one more run?
He just a brother, man.
Still just a brother, huh?
He's still just a brother. And then Steph wasn't even out. The ball would have been in Steph's hand. It would have been Steph points.
Oh, okay. Steph didn't play?
Nah, Steph ain't play.
I thought Steph played yesterday.
Nah, he ain't play. He ain't do nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Steph ain't make no noise yesterday, so I guess it was only right. But hey, at least Klay Thompson got to, feel a little bit of magic before he go into the play-in real quick. Kind of get them warmed up for what they're about to face.
Yeah.
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 Well, the Warriors win that 118-110 over the Jazz. It ain't the biggest victory, but a victory is a victory. They'll take that other win. Won't they? We also had the Rockets and the Mavs. The Mavericks officially in the Rockets play-in hopes yesterday, actually. Another super high-scoring game, almost 300 points on the board. Mavericks win the game 147-136 over the Houston Rockets. Kyrie Irving, that's the game he scored 48 points in to help lead the Mavericks to the victory. How you think the Mavericks looking, man? I've been talking about them a lot lately.
The Mavericks looking pretty good, man. I want to ask you, man, do we got any sounds over there for our fallen soldiers over there, man? Do we have any sounds for the fallen soldiers?
For the fallen soldiers?
Yes.
What's the sounds for the fallen soldiers?
I don't know, man. We need something.
We need to get something for the fallen soldiers. I got you. We'll get something for them. We'll get something for them.
But you got the man.
Why, for the Rockets? Because well, I wouldn't necessarily say fallen soldiers because they wasn't in it. They was just fighting to get in it.
Well, they was fighting to get in it, and they was close.
Yeah.
And they didn't make it, man. So they fought. They was at war.
They was fighting. Then not only that, they fighting for the play in. Nah, yeah. I can't say they fallen soldiers, man. They scrubs.
Which was important. They kicked in late when they was coming, man. You gotta get them boys. You gotta get them boys credit. You gotta give them credit, man. You gotta give them credit, man. With Dylan Brooks over there. You know what I mean? Like, Jalen Green?
Jalen Green, yeah.
You gotta give them credit, man. You just can't discredit what they got going on.
Oh yeah, I give them credit, man. But
they making work. They making work what they had to make work. They've been beating some of the best teams.
They have, but almost don't count though.
You look at the numbers they putting up over there, man. The Rockets ain't really been a Rocket since what, McGrady?
No, I say since James Harden. You talking about James Harden? James Harden had a pretty good Rocket squad. James Harden and Russell Westbrook went to the conference. James Harden and Chris Paul went to the conference finals too. Chris Paul just got hurt. You know how it go.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
I think T-Mac Rockets was better.
Think so? Yeah. Nah, man. Not better than James Harden. I don't think they went further. Y'all mean and the Rockets didn't go as far as they never went to the. They never had a chance to go to the finals because they wasn't never gonna beat Shaq and them over there in the West.
Did James Harden them go to the finals?
They didn't, but they was in the conference finals against the Warriors, and they should have. They should have won, man. They should have won. It's just Chris Paul got hurt, man. You right? Hey, man, I'm with you. They didn't beat the Warriors. Warriors definitely gave it to them boys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was an overtime game though. 147, 136 over the Rockets. Yeah, good game from Kyrie Irving. He had the 48 points. 37 points from Doncic yesterday too, almost a triple-double. 37, 12, and 9. Man, them dudes scoring like that, you ain't beating them, man.
No,
not at all, man.
You're not. Them boys be going crazy, man. And
yeah, but that's what they got to do to win, though. They got to score them super high scoring games like that.
Yeah, they fight like wounded animals, man.
Yeah, they are. I agree, man. Yeah, well, the Mavs take that game yesterday over the Rockets. And we also had the Bulls and the Magic yesterday. The Orlando Magic, man, they looking pretty sneaky going into the playoffs. Banchero and the Orlando Magic beat the Chicago Bulls yesterday 113-98. Did you see that highlights? Because I know you didn't watch the game. That's a sleeper right there.
Right. No, I ain't watched the game, man. Yeah, but I know both teams. But I knew both teams lost.
Both teams lost.
To somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Both games. Yeah.
Over the weekend. I hope so.
I mean, so,
I hope so, bro.
Mavs still creeping, and they beat the Bulls, and the Bulls. Who the Bulls beat yesterday or the Friday? The Bulls beat somebody.
The Bulls beat somebody. They did. Somebody that they shouldn't have beat.
Yeah, that they shouldn't have beat. I think it was the Knicks.
They get them.
Was it the Knicks? I think it was
they got the Knicks 108-100. Yeah, they did. And my guy, I think it was because Hart. Yeah, man, Hart got hurt in that game. He got hurt and went out early. He only played 11 minutes. So Brunson kind of was out there in the backcourt on his own. He still had a good game, 35, 11, and 6. But he ain't got no help, bro. No Hart, no Julius Randle. Bro, he wounded out there.
We ain't giving no excuses out. We ain't giving anybody else getting them.
Okay. Yeah, we ain't gonna get no excuses for them Lakers yesterday then too, right?
You started it.
You crazy. Well, you the one said we ain't giving no excuses. I'm just agreeing with you, brother. We ain't giving no excuses. You right. They lost that game. Jalen Brunson should have came through. It was they had backup players come in. It wasn't 4-on-5. Let's just say that.
All right.
Yeah, they lost 100-108 to the Bulls then, but the Bulls lost again in Chicago Bull fashion yesterday to the Orlando Magic though. Banchero and the Magic just looking pretty good to me going into the playoffs. They one of my sleeper teams in the Eastern Conference, man, that could end up knocking somebody out because it's gonna happen to me this year. I could tell just by how good a lot of the teams towards the bottom playing. It's going to be a couple of upsets. It's going to be a few teams that make it to the second and to the conference finals that you don't expect.
It is. It is, man. It's going to be a couple teams, man. The thing about it is these extra teams, man, that really that's not known for making it in the previous runs
right
from years back then to make it now because we all know the importance of getting your rest in between these games, man, and having the endurance and the mental capacity to go where you need to go to be the best to win it all.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you gotta play all these little teams that's actually good this year to get to the next level of the game, you know what I mean? Like it only make it harder because you got to bring that dog out in you.
Yeah, the competition's stiffer. You got to bring it out night after night, even in Orlando where you used to once upon a time could rest.
That's right.
You got to gear up because they might beat you tonight. They balling. You know what I mean? So I know what you're saying. It's hard to look on the calendar and find a game you can really take off.
Yeah.
Nowadays, whereas you used to have plenty of them back in the days. Yeah. But that's gone.
Yeah. What do you say? Mama said there'd be days like this.
Yeah, and it's actually good, man. It's good for the parity of the NBA, if you ask me, man.
It is.
But yeah, the Magic win that game against the Bulls, 113-98. And the last game that we had yesterday, my guy Tyrese Maxie had a career high 52 points against the Spurs yesterday against Wemby and the Spurs. Without Joel Embiid, the Sixers win 133-126. Man, they look crazy good going into the playoffs. DB. I'm putting my money on the Sixers to come out the East now.
Yeah. I said that the first time though, and the thing about it, Maxie, it's just something more. Embiid went on the floor. It wasn't on the floor, man. But he gave 55 points.
Mm-hmm.
The dude is the way he runs. The way he drives that ball to the hoop, and he don't even dunk it, man. He just lays it up, man.
Just lay it up, man. Little fadeaways, little floaters in the paint. Be dropping all day. Maxie a beast.
Yeah. He's a beast, and it's crazy. And then with the confidence of knowing that, with it's like when Embiid is back, it like he just fuels his fire, man. Like he just have so much more of a confidence.
Man, that dude had 52 points in 54 minutes, man. Woo! Because they won in overtime.
And they won in I think it was 2 overtimes. They went on.
Was it? Okay,
yeah,
it might have been.
It was 2 overtimes, but the fact that he did what he did, man, and he put over 50 point, 52 point, but over half of 100.
Half 100, man. Yeah.
You
put it on your boy Wemby too. Little bitty dude. Put it on this big 7'5" dude just standing down there in the paint, man. Yeah, but Wemby had 33 points and 18 rebounds yesterday, so he had a pretty good game too. I ain't gonna act like Wemby was no slouch.
And I'm gonna say this, man. We gotta remember, man. It's just his first year, and the Spurs is gonna be a problem this year. They only gonna get better for the years to come.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be dope. They're gonna be dope. I agree, because not only that, DB, if you look at them players around him, he got some pretty good players around him, because they be doing decent, even in the games when he don't play. They done won a couple of games against teams that I don't think they should have beat.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. So the NBA is gonna be good, man.
Yeah.
LeBron, I know. Bronny supposed to be entering the portal.
Mm-hmm. Well, he in the transfer portal just to keep himself eligible for college, but he supposedly is going to be working out privately for NBA teams to try to enter the draft next year.
Yeah, so
that's a LeBron James decision, if you ask me. Brian made that decision.
Well, like Brian say, he his own man, and he gonna do what he want to do. He ain't gonna force him to do nothing, or portray him to do nothing that he feel like he shouldn't do. You know what I mean? So he his own man. He want him to make his own decisions.
Yeah, but he gonna listen to LeBron because he trying to do the same thing his daddy did, and his daddy was successable at the highest level at it. I think he gonna listen to his daddy, regardless of the fact that he want to make his own way.
Right? No, I agree with that too. I just think that and honestly, I don't see no more reason for him to even be in college, playing college ball. I think he should go ahead and go because it's pointless. Because you can get better training. Everything is on a whole nother scale, a whole nother level.
In the
going to
NBA.
the NBA. Yeah. So, and like I say, it can only make you better. You know what I mean? In my opinion, or bring out what it should be. Before the injury, he was good. You know what I mean? We gotta understand. Remember that he did go down off a cardiac arrest. So that's always gonna be in the back of his mind. If he can get past that, which it's gonna be hard to do, I seriously don't think that I don't think that he will be able to get past that. But if he do, man, I think Bronny gonna be a nice little. He'll be a decent piece to whatever team he go to.
Probably the Lakers, because supposedly he working out for the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. Them was the reports in the background. So in my opinion, he got a relationship with KD. Obviously, Brian is daddy. So seems like he just finna go to play with somebody, one of those players that's an all-time great that is gonna help him become, I guess, at least a good player at the next level. Because I don't think Bronny gonna be a great player like his daddy or like KD. Nothing like
but
that.
We'll never know. I agree, but we'll never know. But
yeah, we'll never know, but we'll see. All right, man. That will wrap it up for our Monday show of the Grindtime podcast.
You are listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.
That wraps up another episode, little cuz. Signing off for this Monday. I'm Baldhead. This DB. We signing off for today, y'all. Peace.
You are listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.